Listen here, doll. Welcome to Source Material, a podcast where we tell each other funny or formative stories from our lives and then make it into an RPG and play the story out together. Like a combination of long form improv, collaborative storytelling, and maybe a touch of group therapy.
And today we are continuing on the story of my, muffin-based Breaking Bad racketeering situation from elementary school, and how we turned it into some alien space Dune Star Wars noir. You know, that classic genre.
The muffin-based racketeering is really an untouched gold mine of content.
Perhaps some muffin murder. We'll see what happens.
Wow.
A few things we still have to do, though, is one, figure out what my voice is going to be, but more importantly, two, figure out the wants, fears, and methods for everybody.
They call him the Muffin Man.
The Muffin
That'll be your
Man.
character, if anything, because you're playing Big Al Nathan. Anyways.
So, you mean
we did...
Big Al, the Muffin Man, eh?
You see, do you know him? I know him quite well.
Muffins are just what they call spice in this world.
No, it's like a spiced muffin. That's like the secret name at Maddie's Bakery or Maggie's Bakery. Is
you're
hey, can I get
looking
a
for
spiced muffin?
Looking for a pumpkin spice muffin, are you? Well, I don't have the pumpkin and I don't have the muffin, but you better believe I got the spice.
You know that's what I'm here for, Maggie.
Ow. I think I'm going to try to channel Alaska Thunderfuck as Mae West in the Snatch game.
I don't know most of what that is, but
that's okay.
I love
That's
it.
a RuPaul's Drag Race thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar. I mean, I'm familiar, but I don't, you know what I mean?
Apologize.
I apologize. I feel like Jimmy Fallon that one time, remember? When he was like so awkward. He was like, oh no, am I canceled forever? The drag queen.
You're better than Jimmy Fallon. Don't worry. Well, we've immediately sidetracked ourselves.
So we have changed the system a tiny bit, just a touch. I have a problem.
Nathan's problem is that he's constantly evolving and making himself better than he was the day before.
At the expense of other projects around me that I should be focusing on. But anyways, one of the things we changed is that now there is a mechanical benefit for possibly your wants, your fears, and your methods, where you now have 11 bonuses to put between the 6 attributes. The attributes are mind, body, presence, reflex, sense, and will, and then also your 3 wants, fears, and methods. So for example, for my character, I've got +2 in body, a +1 in sense, a +2 in will, which leaves me 6 left over for whatever my wants, fears, and methods are going to be. So we should decide, does anyone have an idea about what their characters would be?
Yeah, I've got an idea, but first I've got a PSA to whoever gave us 3 stars on Spotify or whatever, or 2 stars. I'm coming for you. I'm looking for you.
Must have been 2 stars if it brought us down from we had 2 5 stars and then it brought us down to like a 3.3, right? So it must be a 2-star.
As one of our 3 reviews, I was absolutely a 5-star review. So whoever dropped that 2-star stink bomb on us, I'm coming for you.
So funny not to do a 1-star, like not a 1-star.
That hurts more. Yeah, because if you gave us a 1-star, I'd be like, I know we're not 1-star.
That's a hater.
And this is just a hater. But you give us 2-star, that means you considered it. That means you thought.
I defend your right to give us 2 stars. You know, we're doing our best. C's get degrees. I don't need a 5-star podcast. I'm okay with a 3.5-star podcast, guys.
She's so cool and aloof.
Damn, Emma's untouched by the roiling controversy of the Source Material podcast. Damn.
I also am the daughter of a math teacher who believed like the number one rant my mom would go on was about grade inflation and how like everyone was supposed to get an A and how she just wanted to give average people C's because otherwise it didn't mean anything. And that really got like drilled into my head, you know? Maybe we're just like an average podcast and maybe that's okay.
We're going to use that. We're going to use our anger and our sadness at the 2-star. Listen, you guys wait and see.
Also, that was kind of healing for me, Emma. Is like maybe it is okay to be an average podcast. We're getting started. We're trying our best. You know, we're getting places. Like but you don't get anywhere right away. You know.
Yes.
All right, Maggie. What are your wants, fears, and methods?
Yeah. See, no, that wasn't quite gonna be it. Well, darling. No, that's not it either. I haven't gotten my voice right. I feel like I had my voice last time. No, I'm trying to get it right again.
Last time
Um,
I would just listen to the edit. Oh, I was just
yeah,
editing it, is what I should say.
yeah.
And last time you were kind of like a little bit nasally, but like nasally, picture like a nasally kind of high New York 50s dame, but then like plus 20 years of smoking.
Um,
Here, I can go first if you want me to, and then you can take it after.
yeah, you go first.
Sure, I just wrote mine down. I did in the character sheet while you were doing yours.
That's true. So you're cheating.
I guess. So my character's name is Monte. Monte wants to be taken more seriously and to be higher up and more important in the Roth family. I think we decided last time that the crime family is so large that it's like technically just the entire species is part of the Roth family dynasty. And so we're on the small little branch of it, but he wants to be moving up and being more serious. And his fear is to be kicked out of the family. The few Roths who are kicked out of the family have everything taken from them and are forced into the wastes, which is the area that has just been like destroyed by all of the spice mining and whatnot. And his method is violence and thuggery. He keeps himself strong. Some of the other Roths have gotten too indulgent, and so he remains useful by remaining real tough and real strong and sharp.
Speaking of Roths who have gotten too indulgent,
Oh my God, who?
we got Big Al. Big Al wants spice. I mean, that's definitely most central to this plot line. Trying to think if there's like underlying stuff. Okay, so wait, one thing that we talked about after the recording ended, I think it might have just been me and Nathan, is that we want the effects of spice to be like that of a sugar rush. Like I want this to just be like a really magnified, like a kid who's had like 10,000 cookies or whatever, basically cocaine or whatever, I don't know. So Big Al wants that feeling of joy and warmth and energy flowing through his veins, euphoria, the sugar high, the spice high is what he's chasing after. So I suppose that he would fear the opposite of that. He fears sadness and cold and low energy, whatever the opposite, I guess. I don't know, nap time. No, we're not actually kids.
I did fear nap time as a child.
So explain meth again.
So method is what your character uses to get what they want and avoid what they don't, what they fear, or face what they fear.
Big Al muscles for show, and a little bit of brains, a little bit of, yeah, some manipulation, if you will.
Okay, and then Maggie, what are you thinking?
Dame Maggie Smith. Okay, I have to get back to your story. I'm the victim here.
Yeah, you're just trying to hang out at recess and
Mhm,
play and not be bothered, but
right,
you're in this system.
right. I'm forced to hire protection
Yeah.
via my own spice supply that I've got to make up for in my numbers. Well, the thing that makes me money, like I have to figure out how to make up for that deficit within this crime family. I'm up against the wall here, and I'm looking for coming to Big Al for help is what's going to happen. Not to give
Mhm.
it away the first scene or whatever. So I think I want really deep down what Maggie wants is she wants some power and some influence for the first time in her fucking life. Like she doesn't want to be at the bottom for once.
Nice.
I think she fears one of the higher ups in the Roth family finding out that like her books are not perfect.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um finally, like wait, what was that noise?
Oh, nothing. I just said yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, nice. I thought you were like, yeah, could have a better fear, but I
Oh
guess
no,
that'll
sorry.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but because even worse than like getting held up by Monty once and having to go ask Big Al for help, even worse than that is somebody in like a higher up in the Roth family finding out that not everything is above board because they're dangerous. They kill people. I'm talking Sofia Vergara when she played that crazy crime lord. That was crazy. That's not my character, but that's, for my method, much like a character on Survivor who is not the most physically adept, I have to use my social connections. I have to use my womanly wiles, and I have to use I also have to probably use some manipulation, and just make sure make sure I know what other people want and what other people fear, and so I can play upon that and keep myself safe in this mean city.
Nice. Okay. And then the last thing we have to decide are the
Mhm.
bonuses. So we've got 11 points to put in. So for example, I've decided that Monty actually, instead of being like big and strong, is more like he's large, but he's more wiry muscles because that's what he's, keep working on. So he has a reflexive D10 with a +3 in that. He has a +1 in sense, a +2 in will, and then his want, he put a +1 in, a +2 in the fear, and then a +2 in my method for a total of 11. So whoever wants to go next, you can decide. The rules are you can put bonuses in anything. You just can't have more than a +5 in any one skill or in any one little box.
How does adding numbers to your want and fear work?
So, like, let's say you do +4 to your want. Anytime that you can reasonably argue that the skill that you're rolling is about going after your want, then you would add that +4.
Okay. What do you think drove little Nathan more? The want of the sugar or the fear of the lack of sugar, Nathan?
I don't think I was the most self-aware kind of a person, so I feel like it was more the want. Like I don't think I was maybe aware of how much the fear was going on necessarily.
You don't have to be aware. You didn't have to be aware of it.
That's true, but I still would say I feel like I was more driven by the want than the fear would be my feeling on that.
All right. Big Al's gonna have a +3 to want. I don't actually do a +2 to presence.
So that's 5 out of 11.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, even though the body is the most intimidating, especially in this story, it's all about the manipulation behind the scenes.
All right, and then what else do you want? You have 6 more points.
Oh, I thought I only had 5.
No, it's plus you have 11.
Oh, I was confused. Okay. 6 more points. Okay. +5 to want. +3 to presence, +3 to body.
Perfect. All right, Maggie, do you have an idea?
Okay.
Or wait, actually, I'm sorry. One second. I actually want to take the 3 away from body and add it to fear. Because both the want and fear are somewhat central to this story, even if it's more want than fear. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to ask for more clarification. So when I'm taking an action, and then if it falls under whatever I want or fear or like my method for getting what I want, then we also add that bonus?
Yeah, but you wouldn't add like if it was both your want and your fear, you would only add whichever one is highest, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
you'll always add the attribute bonuses, so those are kind of like separate in a way.
Okay. +4 to presence because I feel like that's me when I walk into a room and everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at her." +4 to mind, and then +3 to method.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna jump in the opening scene, and then you guys take over after I set up the initial.
Okay, beautiful. That sounds great.
So it is a early morning, probably around like 6:30. Maggie's Bakery has just opened. You're at a pretty nice location. You're just like right on the outskirts of the business district of Esker Lake, the capital city of this planet. Maggie, you're one of the initial species inhabitants of this planet before the Roths came and found and then started mining the spice and all that sort of thing. And like I mentioned, place just opened, but you actually have a customer right now. And it's pretty easy for you to tell the difference between the customers who are here for, the spiced muffins and customers who are actually just here because this is a bakery. And this is definitely the second variety. He's a fellow, one of the original smaller aliens. And he's got like little tufts of fur that let you know that he's like just barely reached adulthood. And he's kind of dressed in like a cheap looking suit that's a little bit too large for him. Maybe he'll grow into it, sort of like an intern. And he's just sort of nervously looking around in the store.
Nice. So are we the same type of alien? Do I also have tufts of fur?
So I think it's like the tufts of fur are like what the children have in your species. And then like as they grow into
Okay.
adulthood, it's like a more smooth thing. But this kid has, it's like barely post puberty tufts.
Wait, so they're not Roths or we're all Roths?
I think we said they're not Roths.
Okay.
It's like they're the like original species, and then the Roths came, found spice, mined it, kind of ruined the place, and so
Nice.
me and your character are both Roths, though, Emma.
You guys are Harkonnens.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are Harkonnens and I'm Zendaya.
Well, but you're one of the Fremen that like lives in the city. You
Say
know,
I'm
you're not
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Say I'm Zendaya.
Here's Zendaya.
Thank you. All the
All
tennis
right.
boys want to fuck me.
Hmm.
Cut that out.
Yeah, I'll cut that out. He is indeed of your species, but he's definitely younger. He just walked in. He was like waiting for you to open, waiting for the door to unlock, and then he walked in, starts looking at the display cases.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Oh, hey, you, hey, miss. I walk by this bakery nearly every day. Never been in before, but I figured it's my birthday, and I wanted to bring in something for the office to be like, hey, it's my birthday.
Oh,
So,
happy birthday, darling. You know, we don't do discounts or anything like that for birthdays, okay? I don't know you.
no, I wasn't asked. I wasn't, no.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to get that out of the way at the beginning. Now, why don't you take like a okay, what's my alien race name? Because it's not the Fremen because we're legally
All
distinct.
right. The race that the Huts did this to, and then technically like made extinct, were called the Evoki. So you could be some play off of that, and the
Um,
Fremen,
we're
some combo.
the pierogi race.
The pierogi, that feels
The
racist somehow to somebody. Go with the Voki.
fair enough. The Voki.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, honey. Well, how about I just get you a Voki dozen of whatever looks good to you, huh? How does that sound?
that'd be good. Could I also maybe get? Do you guys do coffee on? This would be on the company card. I wanted to get maybe like an order for some of the higher ups.
Oh, the company card.
Yeah, the dozen will be on personal.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the company covers coffee, but it doesn't cover sweet pastry treats.
Well, it's coffee for the boss. That is,
Do
so it
they?
covers
Oh,
coffee for the boss, not for me, but for the boss.
how much do they pay you? Do they pay you enough to afford all this, darling?
Oh, I mean, it's a birthday, you splurge.
Okay. Now, where's your mother? Are you from the city?
No, no. My family's from outside the city. I came here for work. Came here,
Oh,
get a big fancy city job, all that.
oh my God. You're chasing the Esker Lake dream. Look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, trying
Oh
to
my
climb that
goodness.
Esker.
Oh my, yes, of course. Oh, darling. Well, okay. You know what? I'm gonna give you two on that house, so I'm only gonna charge you for 10.
Oh,
All right, I mean 11. Okay, I'll charge you for 10. I said I'm gonna give you three on the house because it's a Voki dozen,
well,
and we're
that's
generous. So I'm giving you one more. Yep. Because you know what? I don't do no birthday things, but I like you.
as you say, you're gonna make a deal, and but I like you. You hear like the bring bring sound of your front door opening, and you turn to see two Roths, which you are very familiar with walking in. This is Big Al and Monte. We can describe what they look like. I think you guys should pick up on that one. But usually they're supposed to come before you open to like pick up the payment for, your front selling stuff. But they're late today, and so they're coming just after you opened. And you see they walk in, and Monty says, "Hope you're as generous with us, Dame."
Hi, Monty. Look, I'm helping a customer, and then I'll get to you. Okay.
All right, be quick, be quick. And we've sort of described the Voki as like the, bipedals with like this sort of fur that starts out fluffy and then turns or sort of soft. What do we think that these larger aliens?
Oh my goodness. I mean, you
We
guys are
can't
big, right?
we can't just remake the hut or the Harkonnen, but like obviously that's inspiration.
It's
That's the
inspiration. So
vibe.
we're big, but Monty is like the smallest, like thin, muscular version of them, while they're still like a pretty large, just because of species. But I think that we've established that Big Al is big.
Okay, not a worm, not a slug,
Mm-mm.
but caterpillar. So think like the
So many legs.
yes, think no, but like think of like the animated Alice in Wonderland caterpillar, like that type of situation. So like Big Al's got a big suit with a big tie and whatever on the front, but then a bunch of legs and things and I don't know.
All right. And then, yeah, you see that, what's his name? Monty has like sort of skittered in with the many legs and is wearing like a big, thick jacket, like leather jacket with a shirt and tie also on the inside, and is like playing with some sort of like a knife or something, like flipping it open and closing it while he's saying, "Yeah, just be quick, doll."
Wait, I need to understand what. I need to understand your physiology better. So you have several. Are you like caterpillars? Like, are you like
I think we are to caterpillars what Jabba the Hutt is to a worm.
really? You guys are big
That's what
caterpillars.
Emma has decided.
Yes, like okay,
Okay.
like the
I feel like more like a millipede centipede thing is better than
no,
caterpillar.
no,
Oh my
caterpillars.
god.
Wait, but Alice in Wonderland, the Alice in Wonderland caterpillar with his like chubby legs, and he's like smoking a hookah. I mean, not necessarily in this case, but like that energy, I think, is what I want to bring to this.
Okay, well, I'm hot and humanoid like Zendaya.
Yeah, for
I,
real. And
I
we are like Alice in Wonderland caterpillars if they were one skinny and muscular and one Jabba the Hutt style fat.
But also muscular,
Like a strong man with a big stomach but big arms.
yes, correct. But you know, like there's some muffins on that.
Yeah, some muffin top on that muscle.
okay, okay.
So they're sitting there like impatiently looking at all of your cakes and treats, whatever, while you deal with this what you do with this first customer, I should say.
In contrast, I am again hot like Zendaya, and I have like gold like the gold like jewelry like kind of strung from different places, like from my nose to my
Ooh.
shoulder. I've got these long desert robes on, and I just have sharp piercing eyes, you know, and like, there's some decorative kind of like bright makeup. It also helps cut down the glare on sunny days, you know, like
Yeah, but how many legs do you have though? Like probably just two, right?
I got two legs, I got two arms. I'm holding tight to that.
Okay.
She doesn't even have legs for days.
Yeah.
Uh,
No Roths are impressed by my legs, unfortunately. I've learned that. I can't I can't wait to flirt with these caterpillar looking ass motherfuckers. um okay, but I now that you guys have entered and like there's kind of an edge in the air, I like am trying not to let on to 20-year-old intern that's popped in, but I am kind of rushing him through. It's like, okay, honey, so I'm just gonna give you all the best flavors,
oh,
okay? So
okay.
I'm giving you a blueberry mojito, I'm giving you a pumpkin spice, I'm giving you a salmon donut, I'm giving you
Oh, I don't know if I like the
absolute.
salmon. Can we not do the maybe
Okay,
not
we'll
not the
take the
salmon?
salmon off. We're gonna give you a matcha strawberry. We're gonna give you
Yes.
a glazed sour cream. Do you like these old
Okay.
fashions, honey? Do you like the maples with the
Sure.
bacon on it? I know you're 20. You don't have to lie. I know you like the maples with the bacon on it. I think that's great.
All right.
Um, and then
Can you make a rule, I think, Maddie, I think presence based as you're just
ooh,
trying to, get this guy out, make everything smooth and happy. Nobody has to ruffle any feathers.
mm-hmm,
I think
absolutely.
difficulty is 6.
Okay, I got a 3 plus 4 for a 7. Fuck yeah. Okay. Okay, darling, thank you so much for coming in. Come by anytime. No more discounts. That's the only time that's gonna happen, but you're a sweetheart. What was that?
You gave me 16. This is 16 that you're giving me? You only charged me for 10.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Oh, you said you didn't do birthday. He's like being pushed out of the door by you.
Yes, and tell your boss to have a good one. I made his coffee with extra love. Tell him you deserve a promotion and a raise and call your mother today, okay?
Well, I will, I promise.
Okay, now don't be a stranger. Bye.
All right, I think we should do the thing where we go around and describe like something in the room or something about the people, each person.
Oh yeah, I as soon as I close the door, like behind this intern, like the whole vibe in the room changes, and I'm kind of like I'm not customer service self anymore. I'm Maggie dealing with drug lords himself, and so you
Hmm.
can kind of you look a little bit closer at the room as we're almost having a little standoff, the three of us. I'm kind of like, what are you guys here for? And there's like in the back there's a bunch of flour. There's all the classic baking instruments that you would expect, and there's another room, kind of almost behind a false wall, that you can slip into. That is, has a bunch of like taped up packages of spice and everything. And there's a bunch out on the table that I'm packaging, and when I'm, in the back pretending to be baking or something like that, or when my shop is dead.
I want to say that Big Al is smoking what looks like those 40s or whatever, like a long cigarette with a cigarette holder kind of thing, except it's spice in there, like, and is just like making little smoke rings. And one of his arms is holding that, one of his arms is on his hip, one of his hands is just like out in front. Like there's so many arms and stuff going on. Yeah.
All right. I think I think it's up for Maddie to decide the reason. Maybe like she really, puts a lot of love into it, or just like is a perfectionist in anything she does. But I'll say that on the display, the baked goods that are like from late last night or just made this morning as well look delicious. Maggie puts work into all of the stuff she does, even if this is technically a front.
I love to bake.
And right now, Monte, because they have weird long caterpillar bodies, is like part of his body is leaned up and perched on one of the display cases. And one of the arms, almost absentmindedly, like he's not even really paying attention, is like grabbing at one of the things. And then it passes from arm to arm up all the way up until he starts, casually eating it.
You kind of pass it between your arms, and then the one that's behind my case, I slap that one. I'm like, you got one, Monty.
Oh, I heard the kid
Yeah.
got sick.
Yeah, the kid got 6 because I didn't want you to beat the shit out of him before he could get out of my store.
Oh, don't you know it's my birthday, Dame?
Yeah, it's your birthday every day. Yes, okay. I'm gonna just try to paint as vivid a picture of my shop as I can, as I think. It's very like glossy wood, like glass display cases, everything made with love, everything made by hand. What can I say? I love to bake. But I'm messy. I'm messy as I go. So there's kind of, you can see, even customers can see mess behind the countertops and everything. Like I got flour all over my apron. I probably have some chocolate like smeared onto the side of my pants, or whatever. And darling, I don't know. It's my little shop, and it's full of beautiful desert landscapes, local photography, local artwork that people bring to me.
I think you have a lot of stuff that is your species specific, like their version of
Yes.
cultural art and cultural things around knickknacks.
Yeah, a lot of Voki are a lot of it around, because I am who I am, and aunties and everybody come and visit me, and it's a great place to be. I'm a cultural fixture besides being a spice dealer on the sly. Okay, I'm a full 3-dimensional person.
And speaking of that spice dealing, you now got these two in this nice little shop of yours.
Okay, and I was having a nice day, Monty. So what do you want? Big Al, what do you want? What are we here for today, gentlemen? Tell me what's up.
For the week's haul, darling. What, you think this because we're a little bit late? We're going to forget about it?
Okay, I know what you're here for. How many times do I have to tell you, come in the back? Don't walk in through my front doors, okay?
Oh, it's too small out the back. Hard to
Yeah,
fit.
it's by design, darling. I don't want you guys coming in and I have specific food prep systems,
She wants us
okay?
coming in. She doesn't want us coming in.
I
Eh, these Voki women, you can't make them happy.
listen, I'm quite clear. You're right. I don't want you coming in, okay? Big Al, can you talk to him? I'm gonna get your shit from the back. And Big Al, tell him to tell him to cool it, okay? Right?
Big Al is looking jazzed as he's halfway through his spice cigarette.
You can tell he's gone just looking at him.
Yeah, you can tell he's gone just looking at him.
Barely holding on. He's got like a work tolerance amount of it in the pen.
Grabs for like an actual muffin in the meantime and says, sorry, listen here, doll. You're doing great, Monty. Keep up the great work. Isn't it a wonderful day? I think that everything is just beautiful, don't you?
I think Dame Maggie Smith looks at him and God, a little bit of heartbreak that he's so far gone. All right, you two wait here. I'm telling you, Al, stop eating my shit. Okay, I'm gonna bring you the week's haul. Okay, I'll be right back.
As you had said that, Al takes one of his many hands and like snaps a finger gun at you. Well, with another one of his many hands, he does grab another muffin from the case as sneakily as possible.
I only
God.
took one. I only took my one.
God
Monty
damn it,
says.
Al. Monty, just because Al is high on spice and he's not listening to me does not mean you get another muffin.
Whoa,
There's
whoa. You're throwing around accusations about one of the boss's nephews. Better watch it.
okay. Is it an accusation or is it an understanding between the three of us, Monty? which you
The
tell me.
understanding is, how about you get that money and we'll be out of your hair, miss?
God damn. I bring out, it's not a briefcase full of money, but it's a bunch of money in a sack of flour. I reuse my old sacks of flour and give your guys
Hey,
your money in
lady,
that.
there's more convenient ways. What are we doing here?
What?
Come on.
You don't like the way I do
I
this?
gotta count this stuff. It's in these little flour bag sacks.
Yeah.
Never heard of a
Okay.
duffel bag? A briefcase?
How
We're professionals.
if I were to give you my duffel bags or my briefcases, would you bring them back every week or would they get taken?
All right, you two make yourselves busy. I gotta count this stuff. And he starts
Okay.
counting through the bag.
Oh, he can count.
Al is licking the crumbs off of his fingers.
Wait, okay. Is Nathan addicted to real muffins or spice, Emma? Make decide, because right now it's just no, it's just mean now. It's just both. He's just a fiend for everything. He's just that's all.
He's got the munchies.
And so as you turn away, as Monty starts counting stuff, you see Big Al like looking around, the look of someone who's like itching in his eye.
Big Al. Hey, Al. Hey, Al.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, doll?
You're so fucking out of it, honestly.
No, I'm
Okay.
so fucking on it. I'm so fucking in it right now. You don't even know. I'm like, if you were in my brain right now, it would be like 110%. Do you even like get that as a Vokey? Probably not. Anyways.
Okay. No, I get it. Let me ask you if you get something. Do you understand that I am hemorrhaging money?
As you say that, can you guys both roll me a sense roll, whatever your sense is?
I got a 3.
All right, I got a 6.
Give us maybe 5.
Okay, so you guys do not notice anything. Your conversation continues on.
Al, Monte is in here twice a week asking for extra fucking cash, and I don't know what to do about that. I can't tell him no. Okay? I need a hand here.
I could tell him no for you. Listen here, doll. I'm gonna shake him down. You see? I'll protect little
Oh my
darling,
God.
but I'll protect. And then I just swing.
Wait,
Yeah, so I just clock Monty in the jaw, all hyped up on spice.
okay.
Jesus Christ, Al.
Make a body roll against his reflex. I got a 9 plus 3, 12.
Shit, I got a 7.
And I won by 5 or more, which is a pretty big win. So you go, the swing, person sort of moves, slips out of the way pretty easily. Hey, boss, what the hell?
You've been shaking down this lady, Monty. I gotta protect ya.
Hey, look, I'm counting the money here, and as far as I can tell, the count's light. It's not that I'm shaking the lady down, it's that she's not paying enough money. And he just gestures towards the money. What's going on here?
I don't know what to believe right now.
Al, will you calm down? That's not what I meant, okay? Relax. What do you mean the count's light, Monty?
I don't know. I'm saying these little bags you got in, they're light. And he just gestures towards the money, and he has it in piles of like hundreds of credits or whatever. And based on the math or like the piles he has, there's like 900 credits and there should be 1,000. And you packed 1,000.
Oh, I was going to say, I know.
Can I pat down the pockets of my friend here? I'm trying to defend this nice lady.
I don't know, what would be, maybe mind? Wait, actually though, you get to add a 1d4 because I am a true believer, and one of the effects is members of authority in your belief structure have a plus d4 against you. So right now I'm winning by 2. So you got to get a 2, 3, or 4. 2. All right. So you're patting me down on his back or something like that in his like jacket. There's like a secret pocket that he put bills of 100. He says, "Oh,
Monty, what are you doing? What are you doing to the nice lady, Monty?"
I mean, come on, you just sometimes you got to take a bit off the top. You got to get ahead. I mean, what? You never taken a bit off the top, boss? I'm sorry I got caught, but we're gonna make a big deal out of this."
Yeah, not from women folk, am I right?
Wait, what?
I don't know. Well, this is
Al, you know I hate it when you call me woman folk, Al.
this is said like the 40s. I don't know, man.
It's just we were like dealing with so much like speciesism and other stuff that it took me out for a second. But yeah, sure, it's fine. We're also 50s sexist too. I just want everyone to know that Emma made that call.
Listen, it's reality. We're playing reality.
Yeah, we're like those people who are like, there wouldn't be women in this night video game with dragons. Oh, actually, they would be sexist. Did you think about that? The aliens in the 50s world?
No, our characters just would be sexist. It's fine.
Thank you to my husband for mansplaining sexism to me, a woman.
That's not fair. Not fair.
I go, Al, you know I hate it when you call me woman folk. And Monte, you're not just skimming some off the top, you're taking my money. That's fucked up. Do you know the margins that I run on here?
All right. He puts his many, many hands up. And as he does so, he shakes his sleeves of his like leather jacket and a bunch of baked goods fall out that he had like just been slowly taking. He
Mm-hmm.
says, I'll get my extra from somewhere else. I'll leave you alone. You're too slick, darling. It's over.
Dicky fingers Monte. Mm-hmm.
Call off your dog.
Al, you know I miss when you and I could have a real conversation because this guy, he wants something from me. But you used to be a stand-up guy, you know? So I don't know what happened to you, Al.
I'm still, and he looks like somewhere behind, like there's a sober look for a moment. And
I think Dame Maggie kind of understands that this in Al's current state, this is Al doing his best to be helpful. So I think she like softens a little bit. She's like, okay, Al, Monte, we've had, exactly what was supposed to happen happened. I've given you my money. Al, thank you for helping me stop Monte from grifting me. I appreciate that. And how about I see you guys next week? Okay.
As scheduled.
Right. As scheduled, Monte. Al, come by sometime, okay? Well, let's sit down for a coffee. You're a good kid, and that's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
thank you, Maggie. You're a good dame.
Thank you. I know. Okay, now fucking get on out of here. Because I need to sell some pastries and some spice today.
As we leave, Al says to Monty, "Hey, is it weird to find Vokies like kind of hot?
Never been my taste, but boss, you do you.
So few legs, but there's something to it. They're kind of shiny."
And with that, we crawl off on our many legs towards the seedier bar in the city to meet with the rest of our local branch of the Roth Crime family.
Later, Dame Maggie is on the phone with a friend behind the counter of her bakery shop. She goes, and for the record, I'd never fuck a caterpillar. Yeah, wait, well, how does it look when you guys go back to your crime family? You guys are just muscle, right? That's your respective position kind of with all of them.
Yeah, but I think Big Al is like muscle while also being someone's nephew, someone important or someone vaguely important's nephew.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why he has so much presence. He just like has the absolute invincible feeling of someone's nephew in a crime family. It's that main character in The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
D
Yeah,
Well,
or Ziggy in season 2 of The Wire, the white
oh
kid.
my
yeah.
God,
It's
not
always someone's
Ziggy.
nephew.
But yeah, I think our place, because we're not a very high up version of this crime family, I think our place is a sort of divey bar that's like filled with like hazy smoke, that sort of thing. A little, Roth playing a bunch of different instruments in a corner, little jazzy music. But yeah, so there's a Roth playing a bunch of jazzy instruments over this like hazy room that's full mostly of other ancillary members of the family.
I want to say, in the true noir fashion, there's some caterpillar on stage with tassels on all like 80 of her nipples and like a big feather fan.
I did not expect the caterpillar imagery to be so heavy in this story, but I
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
just that it's so important to the characters. It's
It's
central.
actually become vital. Yeah, almost like speakeasy vibes, right? We got that person playing a bunch of instruments. We got the burlesque caterpillar.
Million tassels.
Yes, a million tassels. Everyone's getting stiff raw liquor poured into big glass tumblers, and the the desert outside. It's kind of it's a darker night, and there's kind of a sandstorm blowing through, but everyone's just kind of warm inside here, and all there's a lively, uproarious ambiance. And I think there is, as often is the case in a place like this, like just one guy at a table in the VIP section who's like, he's got his back against the wall, then he's watching everything from a high vantage point. There's a few clear muscle bound, the next level of muscle, like people Big Al's size, but like also with the sense to not put their nose where they don't belong. And they're all, it's the dawn of the area. So yeah, you guys walk up the door. There's a bouncer there, somebody about your size, Al, somebody you guys both know. His name is Charlie. And Charlie goes, "Hey, bosses, you guys got what you today?"
Yeah. Already only 6:30 and day's already so profitable.
Hey, well, good for you.
Monte whispers under his breath and says, not as profitable as it could have been, though.
Well, I didn't hear that. That was under your breath. Monty, Big Jack wanted to talk to you. And then Al, Big Jack wanted to talk to you after Monty. So
Oh,
you both have to have your
separate,
respective
though?
discussion. Yes, separate, not together.
All right.
Anyway, sorry to hold you guys up. You guys go ahead. You guys go ahead.
That's no problem, Charlie. It's always good to talk.
Monty, you and I go way back.
Yeah, we do a complicated handshake. So many
It's a
hands.
lot of hands, a lot of hands. You slide into the drop room. You drop your stuff off. It's counted briefly in front of you. You're given the all good, and then there's kind of a ramp instead of a staircase where you walk up. The bouncer looks at you, unclasps like a velvet rope, and you both kind of slither on up there.
I didn't think he said he wanted to see me first.
More of a skitter than a slither,
Okay, yes,
like
you're right.
our legs still work.
That's true. More of a skitter. You
That's
guys
so
both
much better.
skitter up there. So much better. Yeah, and Monty, you're waved in first for a little conference with Big Jack.
I think Big Jack is like one of the first of what will eventually become like the mold for this species. He is one
Mhm.
of the like truly massive Roths.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he's just hanging out here surrounded by people in business and indulgence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When he speaks, everyone is silent around him. Hey, Monty, come and sit down next to me.
Yeah, I do whatever the little like half bow symbol is of respect for the bosses of the family. And then I go and I sit next to him.
He doesn't even acknowledge it. He just is. He's so powerful.
So so perfunctory. You got to do it.
Absolutely. Yes. And I really want to thank you for all the work you've put in. Well, just so you know, we're going to start doing audits of all our sellers throughout the city. So, I'm going to be sending around one of the local Vokies to do it on the sly, somebody on the payroll. You don't have to worry about it. But because it's going to be happening in your sector, I want you to know that it's happening. But it's not something you have to concern yourself about, okay?
Yeah, but so if I see Voki looking around on the sly, it's none of my business. I look the other way.
Oh, yeah, the idea is you don't see it at all. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
All right. Yeah, sorry, your name's Monty. I'm talking to Al next. I
No,
apologize.
it's okay. The eyes, I get it. You can't see too well anymore,
Can't see
boss.
too good no more. I wanted to let you know that I see what you're doing out there, and I appreciate the extra time and the work you put in, okay? And I see you maybe dropping a little bit of money on your peers every now and again. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I know you come out and you come in with heavy pockets, you buy everybody a drink. You know what you're doing is you're buying the respect of your peers.
I like to be friendly, boss.
No, you're a friendly guy. You're friend at whatever cost. You're ruthless, Monty. That's what I like about it. Okay, all right. You be good, okay? That's all the time Big Jack got for you.
All right, I'll send it out.
All right, send them in.
Alonzo, boss.
Alonzo is starting to come down from his spice high and is in a grumpy mood. It's a stomping skitter, like each individual footprint comes down a bit heavy, not truly aggressive, just enough to like make his frustration noticed as he enters.
Alonso, it's good to see you. How are you today?
Yeah. What's up, boss? He's starting to look a little tired.
My nephew, I've loved you since you were a child. I've always had a place for you in this organization, in this sector of the planet, and you know that.
Aww.
What's troubling you, Alonso? You seem tired.
Well, Is Alonzo like allowed to have spice? Should he be hiding it?
Probably like, it's a known thing to do, but
Mm-hmm.
being so far gone as you are, it's probably bad. So it's like not bad to necessarily like dabble, but you're beyond dabbling.
Yeah, I feel like it's the sort of thing where if you're like an addict and you're fucking up, the family doesn't like that, you know?
I had too many muffins this morning. The sugar is not good for my blood sugar. You understand. I say, looking at this much larger man.
I understand. Well, I let Monte know that we're gonna be doing audits, okay? So you're gonna have a Volky inspector coming through. He's gonna be monitoring our cellars throughout the city. He's gonna be making sure everything's happening above board, that nobody is being short on any payments, that the books are accurate. So I just need you to know that. And it's nothing you have to worry about.
Well, thank you for the heads up, boss. I do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now you understand that if this inspector does find something in there that I don't like, you understand that we will have to take action.
Uh, what kind of action are we talking about?
We have very specific guidelines for our sellers, you know? And if I find anybody fudging any numbers that maybe displays something untoward is going on, I'll kill them.
Well,
After that, you're like ushered out. There's a quiet over like the posse, as you say, I'll kill him. And then just next person up.
just like I have many arms and many legs, many beads of sweat protrude from my forehead.
You come down while also stressing out.
Yeah, I have a little crush on Maggie. I want to make sure that she's okay.
As Al is leaving too, he understands that like that does have implications for Maggie. That holds some danger for Maggie. But what's unsaid from Big Jack right now is that like if your sellers are not above books, they may not kill you, but that reflects poorly on you too, you know? And the fact that he asked you how you were doing first thing, that's not a good thing. You know, if you're doing fine, he doesn't have to ask you how you're doing. Big Al knows that, especially as he's sobering up. He's been in the family enough to know that, like, he's not necessarily in Big Jack's good graces right now.
All right. Yeah, so he's not having a good he had a great morning and now he's not having a good afternoon.
Like, isn't that classic? You get absolutely fucking high on baked goods. I mean, spice in the morning.
And then it doesn't go well from there the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's so strange. Al, would you make your way in the sandstorm that's happening outside, or would you like wait and kind of drink it out and then kind of like go see Maggie later?
I think I guess I'll wait, not being Vokey. I don't know like the right pattern to step in this sandstorm.
To avoid the worms.
There's just like little teeny tiny worms in the
Yeah,
ground.
but they're so gross. You gotta avoid the sandworms. Ah,
They're massive people.
disgusting.
They're huge. They're huge people just kind of swimming through the sand.
And the Voki are just like, what do you mean? You just don't step on them. Just
Yeah.
step around them. They're just small worms that come out during sandstorms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weirdos.
and the Vokey don't even walk weird. They actually walk really normal. It just looks weird to us because we're caterpillars.
You
Or no,
caterpillars.
they're just like walking to avoid stepping on them sometimes, and it's like, oh, the patterns.
So then maybe it's another day, right? The rest of your night passes at the pub, and then you wake up a few days later. Maybe it's like kind of a slow day for your crime family business, but
And I can buy spice from like this Roth establishment, but it's a little bit, like they
yeah,
don't do it quite like the Sand people, the equivalent of a store-bought Rice Krispie instead of a homemade Rice Krispie
yeah,
in quality of the spice.
yes.
And also, I think if you buy too much from the Roths, they know how much you're actually using.
Yeah, I think there are plenty of sellers throughout the city that would immediately go to Big Jack and being like, oh, so you have to stagger where you're buying your spice because you don't want somebody going in and be like, oh, like Big Al is always in here and everything like that. Also, most people are cutting their spice in some way with sand. So like,
It's sand.
yeah, with sand. So it's really rough to smoke. And it's really unpleasant.
My lungs are in like terrible shape, just shards.
Oh my God, your lungs are fucked. But there's certain sellers such as Dame Maggie around the city that they're not cutting it.
Nice.
Pure high quality premium Vokian spice, you know, and when you consume it like this, it's actually healthy. It's not that bad.
That's certainly
but
what he tells himself.
yes, exactly. But yeah, you know that it's Dame Maggie's, like it's a slow day for her.
Yeah, actually, maybe you like even get there early, so it's not open yet. She's just running around doing like the final preparations before opening time. Maggie, you see at the door, back door this time, Big Al.
Hey, Al, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right, Maggie. I come with some news for you.
I want to try to suss out whether or not Big Al is high on spice in this moment or not.
So I think maybe that would be your sense versus Big Al's will. So Big Al, can you roll a will for me?
I rolled a 2. I'm not currently high. I am coming down. He's looking a little slow, like someone who relies on spice and doesn't currently have any, you know?
I go over to the delivery like bay window that Big Al can fit through, and I open it up for him, and I go, "Come on inside, you piece of shit. Come on, come sit down."
Yeah, Big Al comes in and plops down on the chairs for us are just beanbag chairs.
Yeah, I got some beanbag chairs in the back, and I just kind of go about baking while we're chatting. You know, maybe like it's kind of early and there's nobody out front right now, so I'm just kind of baking in the back. And I go, well, for Emma, how long do you think Al and Dame Maggie knew each other, connected? How are our two characters connected? How do we know each other?
Yeah, we're all within the same vague circle of Esker Lake. Like I'm trying to think of like the elementary school circle of friends. There's like a
Like a
class.
neighborhood.
Yeah, we kind of grew up together in that way, you know.
Maybe either Monte or Big Al got you into like this life because we were like born into it automatically. We knew you growing up, and like maybe when you were struggling, we are like, hey, you could always.
Yeah, if Monty kind of especially like helped me get into this, then he feels entitlement to like what I make.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of go, Al, how's the rest of your night, huh? Did you talk to Big Jack last night?
I did talk to Jack last night, and he had some alarming news that I'd like to warn you of. There's going to be some auditing to make sure things are on the up and up.
They're gonna send around an auditor? God.
Yeah, that's right, doll.
Oh, jeez. That's actually really bad news for me, Al. That's actually really bad news. Um,
No, what's going wrong?
because Jesus Christ, Al, Monty's holding me up twice a week. Monty comes in here and skims off the top, as he calls it. So I have to fix my books. So my books aren't right. Like I can make them. I can try to make them right. But if whatever auditor they send around has half an inch of sense, they're gonna know that something's wrong. You know.
Listen here, doll. I'll take care of you. I'll protect you. You here? Perhaps for a price. You know the you know no one makes the spice quite like you do, Maggie. But if there were a way for you to put a little aside for me, I can help keep your books nice and clean.
You know, if you could keep Monty off my back for a week, I could figure it out before this Voki inspector comes around, okay? All right? Does that and I'll give you the natural stuff. I'm gonna give you a little bit at 11 a.m. so you can naturally wake up and then have an incredibly fun day. And then you're gonna crash just in time for bed. And I don't want you to re-up at around 2 p.m. when you feel like it because you think it's gonna be okay. All right?
I suppose I could be amenable to that.
Okay. How am I gonna trust you, Allie? Hmm?
Al spits in each of his hands and
No.
has you do a
No.
spit.
No, Al, I'm not doing the Roth spit shake with you. I've been asked many times to do the Roth spit shake.
I have it in my contract. I never have to do that.
I I never I this was the one thing I said when Big Jack came to me when I was 21 opening this bakery, and I said, I'm not doing the spit shake with you. And he said, okay, okay. So if Big Jack was willing to make that compromise for me, I don't have to spit shake about this with you. You're not going to abuse the spice I give you. Hmm?
Mm. And Al nods his head.
Okay.
Doesn't fully make eye contact, but he does nod his head.
Okay.
I'll be there when he comes by, and I'll take care of you and you take care of me, yeah?
Okay, well, make sure you are.
Protection for spice.
Exactly. And the good spice, okay? The way my mama used to make it.
Speaking of the good spice, he like looks up and has puppy dog eyes.
Okay, let me get you some from the back. All right? Be good. Don't eat any muffins. They're hot.
So you get packed away with a little mini taster package of spice.
And later on in the day, you do find one bottom half of a muffin that the top half of the muffin has been eaten off of.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. Alonzo!
Fist to the air. I think we should go from there to the scene of you talking to my character and being like, "Hey, here's the scheme, man." So where do you think we would meet, Emma, me and you? Like where Stein or Cal?
One of the booths at that same,
That's our main haunt.
yeah,
What's the name of it?
the cocoon.
Nice.
Okay, the cocoon, it's obviously an affiliated bar. But it's kind of more of a it's one that it's not the one that you go to party, it's not like the luxurious ones. Kind of one of, it's the where the worker bees go to just kind of unwind after a long day. Very important conversations happen here between people that are making moves in the lower ranks of the organization that are trying to climb. Monte being an ambitious fellow, he might spend a lot of time here. Big Al, how do you think you'll often come in here as well?
Oh yeah, Big Al spends a lot of time in here.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys both know this place well.
Yeah. But I like the idea that one of the things that I do with my money that I get extra money is I grease palms like nobody's business. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying rounds all the time. If it's someone's birthday, I'm
Mm-hmm.
pumping them full of drinks and showing them a good time.
100%. 100%. And today is no different. And Big Al, have you kind of reached out to Monty at all to set up this meeting, or are you just going to go find him, do you think?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea that we just like I knew that I would find him here. Basically, like this
Mm-hmm.
is we're silly crime boss boys. All we do is hang out in nondescript bar. It's like we're in a sitcom or something.
Absolutely. So you kind of enter, you know everybody in here, but you see Monty across the bar kind of glad handing some of the other people at your guys' rank, some of the other muscle, or some of the pencil pushers are here too.
Beanbags as far as the eye can see.
Beanbags everywhere.
Though wait, I don't want to get too 70s. I kind of do want to keep it as much as possible in like
Sure.
the 20s to 50s or whatever era. Maybe instead of beanbags, we're on like love seats.
And lounges, like lots of plush lounge, or not plush, but like the leather lounges and fancy love seats.
Yes, absolutely. I see that. There's both Vokey and Roths here, and it's divey. It's Great Gatsby, but divey.
Like the party for the Titanic, but with the poor people, not the rich people party.
Yeah, poor people Titanic party. That's it.
Roth Crime.
But also dusty.
Yes.
We're in this somewhat post-apocalyptic desert world, so like a lot of this furniture was like
Sand.
really nice Voki furniture at a time, but none of them can afford to just be furniture artisans anymore. Times are tough.
Yes, absolutely.
Is Monty just in a booth or do I have to pull him aside?
I think you can either like wait a minute and he'll be done with this person, or you can pull him aside.
Yeah, I'll sit, make eye contact, and wait in like a way that's clearly just a table for two.
I finish up my quick conversation. Been talking with Avoki who just got a bit of a promotion, moving up in the world. And, I'm always happy to congratulate. But I finish that up and I go slide into the big seat next to Big Al. Hey, what's going on, boss?
So I'm gonna actually try to deceive him at first and see if I can get this for free. I have a favor to ask.
All right.
You know I got a bit of a crush on that Voki girl, Maggie.
Well, yeah, you did mention asking whether it was natural or not or something. So I figured.
Yeah.
Wondering if you could help me out. You pretend that you're gonna shake her down, and I swoop in to save the day, see if it'll help her develop a bit of a crush on me. Her knight in shining armor.
Oh, that's mighty romantic, boss. I gotta ask, is this knight in shining armor gonna be shooting, phasers at the person that I'm pretending to be?
No, we'll just keep it, keep it gentlemanly.
All right, so I think it'll be will versus your presence because you're lying to me, and you get to add a d4 because I'm a true believer. So your presence is 1d10 plus 3 plus 1d4. Oh my.
Yeah, prepare to die.
Well, first of all, it won't kill me. Second of all, I've got pretty good will, so
Oh, I
gotta
rolled a 1 though.
and then you get to add your d4 still.
Okay. And I rolled a 4.
So I got an 8 though, plus 2, so I got a 10 total. You got a 5 plus 3, I think. So I do beat you. So I say, now I know you may have a crush on that shiny-haired Vokey, but I think maybe there's a bit more to it, boss. I sniff a bit of, well, I sniff either some money or some spice or maybe a bit of both. So let's talk true.
Listen here, doll. Fine. Here's the take, and I pass him my spice cigarette.
He says, no, I'm afraid I don't partake, boss. But how about you spell it out for me?
Well, she's given me just a tiny, the lick, really microdosing, some might say, amount of spice in exchange for protection from you.
Oh, he kind of does like a little smile and he says, am I really worth all that? All that much trouble for little old me?
Oh, do we have a homme fatale?
He
Ooh.
says, he gives like a shrug of like his many shoulders. I just didn't know that I was that much of a bother.
All of his shoulders shrug.
But like the kind of like a cute shrug, like, oh, who, me? What? I didn't know that I'd be worth that much. All right. Well, hey, I don't partake in spice, but I certainly know how to offload it for a profit. So, if you split me off some of what she's splitting you off, maybe I can sell it for something nice and you can do whatever it is that you do with yours. And we can put on this little play.
I suppose I'll have to be amenable to that.
All right. And, be honest to me. How much is she giving you?
I obviously lie and start with half of the amount.
All right. I think this is going to be like presents versus presents. We're just negotiating, seeing how much of a percentage we can get.
And I would like to add that I really want spice, which I think I have another plus.
Okay. Ooh, so I only got a 3 and
Yeah, I'd easily beat you.
okay, so you crit succeed against me, which is brutal. So I think you get like the half. He argues up for like 60%, or like you get 60% still, and he thinks he's gotten a good deal. And that's like the crit is that he in his head he's like, "Oh yeah, I got one over on the boss." And you know that that's not even close to true.
Sweet. Yeah, I did say microdosing, you know?
Yeah, and he buys that.
And also that's in Al's head, that is what's happening though, is that his supply is being severely and cruelly limited.
He's like every time he does it, he's like, "So much, I'm losing so much."
Yeah. And I'm thinking about like I almost want for Maggie to go and like try to make some play herself or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe go try to like get some dirt on Monte or something like that.
Maybe you could be planting the seeds for like collecting evidence so that when it all crumbles down,
Mm-hmm.
truth about the fact that Monty was messing up, because like you know that eventually the big boss is gonna get called in because this is gonna go bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I'm going around to the other like sellers throughout the city to kind of be like,
Unionizing.
yeah, almost trying to low key unionize or scrape together like camera footage or like physical evidence of Monty hassling his network or whatever.
I think that would maybe be like a mind roll, or I don't know, maybe
Okay.
sense. You could argue. Yeah, totally. You could like try to set that up. The people that you know his route now that you're talking to Big Al about his route.
Yeah, it's based on my I want it to be based on my like social network and everything where I'm going around talking to these people around the city trying to like get some dirt on Monty that I can give to Big Jack or somebody higher up.
Go ahead and roll your presence to spread the word.
Okay. What do I is this a D12?
Yeah, I think that's your presence, right? It was D12.
Well, that's a 12.
Oh, so you that means it explodes and you roll it again.
Well, then that's a 1.
So 13 plus 4 plus what do you add to your presence?
4.
All right, so you just smash it out of the park. So
Nice.
you not only are you able to get people to like set up these old-timey cameras, but also you kind of feel the idea of you becoming like an unofficial leader among the various people who do labor for the Roths, like the,
Nice.
underclass kind of a people.
Nice. Hell yeah.
You're sort of gathering together and they're knowing people that they hadn't known before and making connections, and you're the source of it.
The C plot of all of this is that in the background there's a full High School Musical scenario going on. Al, drugs aren't his only hobby. He loves to like wrestle in the Roth pits, and he also has a love of theater. Like he just because he's of this like rich upper class whatever family, like he just has like too much time and money for hobbies. But like his wrestling friends don't know his theater friends, and his theater friends don't know his wrestling friends. And he's like
None of them know his drug friends.
none of them know his drug friends, except the theater people.
Big Al is thriving, just doing all his hobbies. Just because Big Al gets high on spice doesn't mean he can't also get high on life.
Exactly.
All right. I think Monte is all about that money, from sniffing around to other places. These places he doesn't know actually are bugged or have cameras.
I feel like maybe I don't know, would you go and just kind of be the unofficial, like you're sending other people out to shake people down for you? I don't know, maybe you're doing a multi-level marketing
Ooh,
scheme with bullying people
yeah,
into giving you money of some kind on your own time.
become like almost like a mini squad leader where I've got like a bunch of little underlings who are doing the shakedowns for me to spread my network.
Yeah, for sure. You've got like a bunch of people stealing for you.
You don't actually give them money, like the more people they recruit, they get like small percentages of like the people that go under them because it's the MLM scheme.
And you give them a little bit of spice. Just like not
Yeah, just to keep them up, just to keep them awake.
exactly. Everyone
That's what
loves a
you're
little
doing
bit
with
of
the spice
spice.
that I give you.
Oh, that's what I'm doing with the spice. Oh, it's the worst way to turn it around. I thought I was just gonna sell it. All right, and then we want to do a final scene with the inspector. Like, what?
The intern was the inspector all along.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
we should
great.
shut up, but we should actually do that. That's
Yeah, let's
sick.
do that scene. Okay, set up the scene. Maddie, location. Where are they? We're like seeing the back of their head, though.
We cut back all the way back to when that quote unquote college intern walked out of of not Mama,
Mm,
Dame Maggie's bakery with his office donuts. He walked into the office building and he walked into the bathroom and he threw the donuts away. And he
oh, that hurts me so much.
and he changed back.
The villain.
Yes, he changed back out of his disguise and returned to his normal gang clothes. As he's a young Voki up and comer in the Roth crime family. But I am second guessing why is he going into the office building to change out of office clothes? Um,
No, but I love that because like he's really committed to the bit. Like he doesn't
We gotta go all the way, just in case someone's watching.
Yes. Okay. He leaves the bakery. He walks into this office building. Walks straight into the bathroom, into the stall, toilet, donuts in the trash.
What about the coffee? Does he keep the coffee? Please tell me.
He keeps the coffee for himself, but he rips his little white shirt off and his tearaway slacks to reveal a sort of like spy outfit underneath, sort of like the sand suit that Timothy Chalamet wears or whatever. This is our Timothy Chalamet. Um,
Those little tufts of hair are actually like long, cute curls when.
Yeah,
yes.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What are you trying to set up here, Maddie?
Oh my God. I'm making a character that I myself can romance.
You thought he was just a young college intern.
By the end of the movie though, like he takes
Yeah.
another wife and like she's a caterpillar.
He has such
Yeah.
muscles.
Yeah. Later, I will also play Florence Pugh, who is a caterpillar that he decides to marry separately. Okay. And then he sneaks out of vent and goes to stake out. He's kind of sitting in a car with tinted windows, like for days at a time. He's eating just chicken from a can.
Oh, a monster. Chicken from a can and coffee.
Yeah. Chicken from a can and coffee
After throwing out all the muffins.
after throwing out all the muffins.
And the camera becomes the telescope that's taking these like old long lens photos.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
just see the meanings between the different people, and we see the shakedowns happening. We see them in the photo camera, and then we also see them in the camera that was set up by Maggie.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
All right. All right. Well, Dame, you can come back and see what happens next week when everything comes towering up and then crashing right down.
And once again, if you rated us 2 stars on Spotify, come find me. Let's. I hate you. No, I'm just
We'll
kidding.
fight.
How could you do that to us?
Speaking of us, I am Nathan. You can find me most places at Nathan Who Writes. Our wonderful intro and outro music was done by Kiko Akato, and our gorgeous art was done by wonderful Emma.
Aw, that's me, Emma Brown, M Shine Art on Instagram.
Okay, my name is Maddie. I'm at matt.kok on Instagram, but you probably know that already.
All right, goodbye, Craig.
Bye, Craig. No, I hate that. Don't keep that in. You're never allowed to use that for anything.
I'm gonna use it as the end clip.
No,
Okay,
no.
I'll cut it. I'll cut it. I'll cut it if you don't like it.
You
This is
have
the
to run
price
it
we
by me.
pay for never doing any of the editing and delegating it all to Nathan.
That is true. That's been. We're giving you a lot of power here.
I'll keep that part, but I won't keep the beginning part about what that's talking about.